Nothing bugging you? Come on in. Let's go for a drive.
Stepping into, the magic, illusions, mentalism, gosh, well over 20 years ago, I didn't know why, I was drawn to it necessarily, but for some reason I was. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was super curious, and it kind of led me into the art form. But I think looking back, why I was so drawn to it is I felt like I was able to create for another person, whether it's one person or 5,000 people. Magic and illusion as an art form is one of the only art forms that kind of makes you feel like a kid again. All of a sudden, not everything is explainable, not everything, is a quick Google search, or, you can file it away and dismiss it. It's like, wait, hold on, I don't have the answer. And so it sparks all of this wonder and this awe, and it expands your imagination, and it just gives you this childlike curiosity.
We're pulled out of our secular Western mindset, actually.
Yes.
Say, whoa, this is bigger than I thought.
Oh, yes. And I think, to me, that is just, it's magical. And and I think about and this is, I'm not trying to, I know a lot of people have different opinions on things like Disney and all that stuff, but you go to Disneyland, if you go, and you suspend belief, and it's just one of the most magical places on earth, even though that person's that's not really Mickey Mouse. Mm-hmm. It's a person in a costume. Mm-hmm. But it just makes you feel, when you go to Disneyland, like a kid. So I feel like that's the gift that for the last 20 years I've been able to give people in a theater style show. Well, more recently I've been just, thinking about the power of that childlike curiosity, and how, the average 4-year-old, I have a 5-year-old little girl and a 3-year-old little son, and, they ask hundreds of questions every single day. And I started doing this research and found out that by the time most kids get to middle school, the average amount of questions drops to 0. We stop being curious. And I think it's limiting. Our lack of curiosity limits our personal development, our relational engagement, and our empathy, and also our creativity. Curiosity is linked to mental health and creativity and innovation and courage. And so I got really curious about curiosity and started reading everything that I could, and wanted to start helping people be more curious, so that they could, live life, I think, more to the fullest. Curiosity does this really powerful thing where it actually makes you slow down and be fully present in the moment. So,
well, I love the way that you've walked through with our students. For your time with them, anyway, you separated out into, I think, 3 different categories. You encourage them to first be curious about themselves, be curious about others, and be curious about the way how you might insert yourself into this reality to make a difference.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic.
Thanks.
You've started doing this on the heels that you've been a pastor also.
Yes.
For 15 years.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you stepped away from pastoring a local church to now touring around the United States, around the world, doing your gigs, but also incorporating this curiosity. So why would you stop leading people to Jesus and go do this stuff?
Trip, it's a $1 million question. And in all, the short answer is I feel like that God has given me more opportunities to actually shepherd people, disciple people, and actually talk to people about Jesus more now as I step into, both doing ministry, but also in the corporate sector, whether that's working with the NBA or companies like Google, Amazon, is opened up so many opportunities for me to be a really, really bright light. And I feel like I'm doing more ministry now than I was as a lead pastor of the church.
How about that?
So it's been kind of surprising in many ways.
That's so wild. I'm convinced, and I say this to our students often, when we start asking questions, which is certainly related to curiosity,
Yes.
we are pursuing something. We're pursuing truth, even if we don't put those words to it. When we're curious, we're trying to seek for the answers. And I'm convinced, because Jesus is the source of all truth, that the more questions we ask, the more we're pointed to that source of all truth.
Yes, 100%. And I think, our curiosity should lead us into deeper waters, not shallow waters.
Yes.
And I think a lot of times in the church, we're like, we're nervous about curiosity because we're nervous if maybe our students or our kids or the people in our church get more curious. It might lead them to things like deconstruction.
Yeah.
Which I get it. It does. It kind of seems like that would make sense. But we've talked about this. I think that things like deconstruction are actually a shallow curiosity. It stops way, way too soon. And if you kept moving and you kept asking questions, eventually you'd get to the source of the truth, which is Jesus. Like, He's the truth.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
There's a shallow curiosity. I think that we should be scared of that.
Yeah. So cool. Drew, thanks for hanging out with me.
Oh, you bet.
For those of us who are beginning to be more curious about curiosity, can you throw out just maybe some resources or some advice you would have for us to pursue curiosity?
Oh my gosh. Yes. First, I want to ask you this, put you on the spot.
Uh-huh.
What's one thing that you're really curious about right now that's captivated your curiosity?
Right now, this is good. Right now, I've been curious about tires and how snow tires work. So I get curious about something, and then I start searching. So Roscoe just got new tires. You maybe saw me put them on.
I did.
Because
you did it yourself, which is so manly.
Yeah, it's we had a set of snow tires for my wife's car. They were incredible. Like, I mean, slipping and sliding all over this. You put on snow tires, and it's just like, how does this happen? Just a different compound, just a different tread pattern, just I don't know. So I'm curious about it.
I love it. Oh, so cool. Well, I would say, helpful and things that like to spark your curiosity. Maybe you feel like you're not super curious. Is I tell people to change your perspective. Like, whether that's to go outside, switch your environment up, or even just take what you're looking at and get curious. Like, turn it in different ways and just kind of. Oh, we almost got hit.
A very fast coming car.
Whoa. That was. I'm curious.
You're
about
right,
that.
Roscoe.
Yeah.
He was in a hurry.
Yep. But change your perspective. So here's a great example. Like, so often we'll see like that lady right there. It would be so easy to be like, gosh, she's the worst, and she doesn't care about people, and she's just pulling out, and she's selfish and self-centered, and da-da-da-da. But if you like stop and you go, okay, what if there's a different perspective?
Mm-hmm.
What if maybe she just got, a call from the daycare and her son's sick, and she's wanting to go pick up her, her kid, or she just got news, she's got to run to the hospital. And you change the perspective a little bit.
Instead of cussing at her, then I'm praying for her.
Yes. Your curiosity, like, whoa, hold on, maybe I'm wrong about this person or whatever. So, or that could be in the creative process, relationally, obviously, and even personhood. I encourage people to ask good questions. And asking good questions it's not judgmental. It really is, it's curious. And part of asking good questions is listening. And being genuine. And then take risk. I always push people to go like, hey, do something like small that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. Like, be curious, like, instead of getting the same coffee drink at the coffee shop, try something new. Ask the barista what they would get, or, try a different type of
you're challenging
pizza.
Me now.
Yes,
are you get the same
creature of habit?
I associate a meal with a restaurant. That restaurant is that meal, because I get stuck in the. I'm happy just like this.
Yeah. Especially if you get something.
I need to grow in my curiosity.
My brain is like, wait, what if there's something else on that menu that I didn't try that is 10 times better than this?
Yeah.
And I spent my life settling
Yeah.
for a 5 when there was a 10.
We can settle for mud pies instead of
Yes, we don't know.
something.
And sometimes you're
Yeah,
wrong.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Or what I love to do is to find out what either that waiter or that barista, their favorite
I've heard you
is.
ask this at restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
then once it gives you insight because they know.
Yeah.
But also there's something about getting to enjoy their favorite dish because they're going to be more invested in asking you how you feel about it. They take a little bit more pride, and so you actually get to experience a connection and a little bit, just from trying something different. So yeah, those are like my go-tos of just encouraging people, try new
Well,
things.
Fantastic practical application.
Thanks.
That's cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with me and Roscoe.
Oh my gosh, this is a
Fantastic.
blast.
We definitely got to do it again
I
sometime.
am a big fan of Roscoe. He?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah,
want to make
it's
sure. I didn't know
definitely-
if it was a
Definitely.
girl or a boy, but
Definitely.
he's amazing.
He really is. Oh, he appreciated that.
This is where he lives over here?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Thanks, man.
Hey, this is one of the coolest ideas.
Oh, thanks.
Like, it's, like that comedian in Cars vibe, but it's like the personality of the car is like so fun and like this is old, but it looks good. I mean, the leathers looks like
Yeah.
it's
It's
redone.